Here's the truth. 99% of men will never understand this. Not because they're not smart enough, not because they lack confidence, but because no one ever told them what women actually feel when a man has real presence. You've seen him before. The man who checks every box. Attractive, successful, confident on the surface, and still she doesn't feel it. The conversation is smooth. She laughs, she smiles, but there's still a wall, and he doesn't know why. Because he thinks attraction is built through words, through being clever, impressive, interesting enough. But female psychology reveals something different, something most men never study. Women don't connect through information. They connect through how they feel in your presence. Here's what the psychology of attraction actually says. Touch creates what words never can. Not aggressive touch, not forced, subtle, calm, intentional. A gentle gesture that says, I notice you. You are safe here. You can relax. That's not technique. That's emotional presence. And most men never slow down enough to offer it. They're too focused on what to say next, too afraid of saying the wrong thing, too loud inside their own head to be quiet enough for her. The Stoics understood this before modern psychology had a name for it. Marcus Aurelius didn't talk about attraction, but he talked about stillness, about being so grounded in yourself that others feel peace just by standing near you. That's the quality women feel before you say a single word. And here's where it gets heavy. Most men flirt wrong, not because they try too hard, because they try to prove something. Real flirting doesn't prove. It plays. It's the man who smiles and says, then clearly you haven't tried mine yet. Light, easy, completely comfortable. No desperation underneath it. No need for her approval. And women feel that difference immediately, because a man who doesn't need to impress you is already impressive. Let me make this simple. What women want is not a performance. It's not a script. It's not a strategy. It's a man who is completely at home in himself, who creates calm, not tension, who listens to understand, not to respond, who makes her feel not managed, not chased, but seen. The Stoic man doesn't force chemistry. He creates the conditions for it to grow. And that is everything. Because you cannot fake stillness. You cannot fake real presence. Either you've built it or you haven't. The 1% of men who understand this are not always the most attractive in the room. They're not always the richest. They're the most grounded. They stopped performing for attention. They stopped needing the validation. They became the kind of man women feel before they can explain why. And that is not luck. That is not confidence you're born with. That is psychology. That is Stoicism applied to your own presence. That is something you can build. Starting right now. And if this made you see yourself differently, subscribe now. Because the next video might be the one that changes your life completely.